And we're back, episode 47 of White Claw Wednesday.
Welcome back, everyone.
Ooh, got a lemon today. Oh, wait, cheers.
Oh, man.
Gotta remember what's important. There we go. Oh, refreshing. Wow. I think, you know what? I think the first White Claw might be the best one. You know?
Oh, yeah.
Because
out of like a succession, like if
yeah,
you're going like
cause
a couple a night.
Yeah, if you're the 2, 3, whatever you're doing, I feel like with something as delicious as the Claw, the first one is the best one. With other alcohol beverages, that's usually not the case.
Dude, we should do a Dude, you know what we should do for like our 1-year special? We should do a White Claw like ASMR. I'll just clip all of like the openings and us going
and then doing the sip. Yeah, that'd be pretty good.
We take off, dude.
Yeah, that's nice. Oh yeah,
man, gotta love them. You gotta love them. And I don't really like. When we first started the podcast, I used to drink them.
Yeah,
just like I used to drink them. I used to buy them and drink just at home. You know, like whenever we were drinking.
Yeah.
Now not so much. Ever since I moved down to Riverside.
Because you always got the fridge.
Yeah, we're stocked up
beer.
on beer. Yeah. But yeah, I miss that, man. I miss these.
Yeah, dude, I'm telling you, every time we crack one open, start one of these episodes.
Reminds me of San Francisco.
Exactly. You just teleport back to Dolores, man. We've hit on that before for sure. So, got anything? Got anything pressing right now?
No, I don't actually.
My mug has been leaking.
Has it?
Yeah. So Ryan.
Yeah, go ahead.
Ryan crafted these incredible wooden mugs, steins, basically, for everybody in his wedding party that he selected, and it was kind of like his invitation in a way. You know, he puts what you are and puts your name. Very cool, and and mine started leaking from the bottom. But it's from overuse though.
Well, what did you?
Water.
You didn't wash it at all?
No, I didn't do any of the things that I was very rule following.
Well,
I think it's just the fact that I was using it for multiple days, like back to back days, where I was just like taking water out of it the whole time.
That might do it.
Constantly, you know.
That might do it. I don't know. It was my first time making them, and luckily for you, I can reseal it.
Yeah. No, I mean, I wasn't
for the people that live far away.
Yeah.
You know, and I give it to them. It may be harder.
Yeah.
But yeah, I can reseal it for you, dude. But yeah, dude, that project was so fun, honestly. Yeah. Like I don't know if you saw the pictures, but
yeah, you showed me the in progress pictures.
Like I've been creating these wooden steins, and everyone's like, "Oh, like, you know, how did you do this?" And I don't know, to me it's like a weird question because I know the process and like I know I created it from scratch.
Yeah.
And like when I tell people like, no, it was literally just wood boards, you know.
Yeah.
Like I literally went to the lumber yard, picked up like a 8-foot by 1/2-inch board.
Yeah. And,
you know, just went from there. And God, man, it's so much fun. And you know what I've been really doing lately is I've been wasting a lot of time on YouTube since
classic.
Yeah, I know. I mean, I'm pretty much always doing that, but lately I've been wasting it in a different genre. Because I'm done with all my cups.
Yeah.
All the steins.
Yeah.
And so now I'm like, well, shit, I have all this time on my hands because that's what I was doing after hours. And I'm like looking into all this like other woodworking stuff, which I usually like wasn't subscribed to or I wouldn't look into.
Yeah.
But yeah, man, God, woodworking is so cool and it's so fun, man. It is so fun. There's something so satisfying about seeing something built.
You took woodworking, like woodshop in 7th grade, right?
No, I didn't.
You didn't?
No.
Oh yeah, because you were in choir.
That's right.
Yeah, I was in orchestra, so I didn't take woodshop.
I was what is it called? Baritone.
I can never remember the specific
baritone,
rankings
soprano.
For the voices.
There's sopranos. Or soprano. Soprano. Mono.
Mono.
I'm kidding.
Yeah, not that's not one.
No, but
It's like, see, Sopranos is the TV show.
that's
So
why I
it is
said
when
I
you're
think
talking-
soprano.
Yeah, is it soprano?
I
when
think
you're
it's
talking about
Sopranos.
the voice.
Yeah.
Yeah, probably.
I remember one moment distinctly when I was in choir,
Mm-hmm.
and I was never really one to like vocalize at a very not high tone, but I didn't really project my voice. Does that make sense?
Yeah, no, I get you.
And I remember
You were
one.
just kind of riding the wave.
I was just
Yeah, yeah.
going through the motions, kind of.
Yeah.
And obviously, like you're in a choir, so you don't want to be like screaming, and
Mhm.
you don't want to be the one that sounds too loud.
Yeah.
But I remember this one specific moment. We were all around. I forget his name, but he was a really cool choir teacher.
I
we
can
were-
picture him right now.
Yeah, me too. Kind of weird, but he was awesome. He was like playing his piano, and he's like, doing his little arm swings, and I used to be able to read music. I can't read music anymore.
Oh yeah, yeah. It's definitely it's a cool skill that you definitely lose when you're not practicing it.
Yeah, I wouldn't even know how to, but I remember one moment we were all just like singing around him, all the baritones, and he turns around and he's like, Ryan, like, you have an amazing voice. I was like, oh, wow, thank you so much.
That's funny.
And, now I hit puberty and
Yeah.
it's gone.
It's gone. Yeah, okay. That was before.
That was 7th grade, so, I had pretty good control of my really soft, squeaky voice,
Yeah. Yeah, that's what's funny about seeing yourself in old videos, hearing how high your voice is.
Even like high school.
Yeah, even high school, exactly.
Even like late high school, I'm like,
Yeah.
what the fuck was that
yeah,
me?
like the sound of my voice in that video, where Scott's giving me the wet willies in the
At Tahoe, right?
Yeah, at Tahoe.
Yeah.
Yeah. That was just after my freshman year. Yeah, even that was a huge difference.
Isn't it?
And I remember being in that moment and thinking, wow, my voice is deeper than it was,
Oh,
a few years ago.
when you were watching the video?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I'm saying like when I'm watching the video like 6 years ago or whatever,
Mm-hmm.
I'm hearing my voice. I'm like, wow, my voice sounds really high. But like, I remember being that version of myself and
and
thinking my
thinking-
voice was deep at the time.
Yeah, I
You
feel
know?
you. I feel you.
So it's great. It's not really just like to me, it doesn't seem like it's just a sudden drop off. Like it's from, point A to B,
Mm-hmm.
I really think it's like, it just gets,
It's just
changes,
gradual.
It changes. Like it's probably going to sound different when we're, who knows?
Dude, we're
50,
gonna get like a
60.
man voice. It's gonna be all raspy
Exactly.
and stuff.
So it could change very quickly.
Like sometimes, I swear, my dad, he will talk all day in a rasp and not even notice.
Yeah.
He'll be like this, and he'll be talking, and it just sounds so normal for him. But
Mhm.
I'm like you did not used to talk like this,
Yeah.
But also, I mean, in those videos,
Mm-hmm.
even when like you're recording yourself and you're in high school, or I mean, even now, you hear yourself in the video audio, and you're like, "That's what I sound like." You
Yeah,
know?
that's always kind of jarring.
It's weird,
Yeah.
isn't it?
It is.
Because you perceive your voice and you hear your voice. I don't know if it's because it's vibrating throughout your head or whatever. You can feel the
Mhm.
your Adam's apple moving.
Mhm.
Whatever it is, it sounds different to you than it does to other people.
Yeah, it does.
I've noticed that listening to the podcast sometimes. I'm like,
Yeah.
God, I sound so weird.
Yeah, it's very strange to hear yourself. And do you think when you like think thoughts in your head without saying them, but you're like thinking in your head, do you think that is the voice always yours, or does the voice change sometimes?
Ooh, I think it's always mine.
Really?
I think so.
But here's a good quick, can you make it change? Like, could you like think of someone who has like a really like, think of like Kevin Hart. Think of Kevin Hart yelling at you in your head. Like, can you get that?
Like if
Or is
I'm
it-
just
or is
like
it still-
thinking.
Yeah, like let's say you're just trying to motivate yourself. Like
Okay.
you're in bed and like you got to get up to do something, and you think, you know
No,
what?
I can't.
I want Kevin Hart to motivate me right now.
Nope, I can't.
Can you not? Okay,
I can't do that.
Okay.
But it reminds me of a Logic song. I don't know what it is. I think it's Till the End. I don't know what it
Mhm.
is, but at the end of it, he's doing this like monologue type issue or thing with
Like a skit.
a skit, and he's like talking about his iPhone, and then the guy next to him's like, "Oh, like did you get the upgrade?" And Logic's like, "Nah, like what are you talking about? Like it's all the same stuff."
Yeah.
And the guy's like, no, it's super cool. And like apparently like the upgrade, it's a skit, so it's like random.
Yeah.
But the upgrade, you can basically turn like Siri into like any voice. And so Logic's like, man, do Big Sean. And then
Oh, and then does
and
he
then
start?
Siri's like, what's up, Logic, you bitch? And
Oh, okay.
I'm thinking like that would be cool if you could just think in that way. Like,
yeah.
just do Big Sean.
Yeah. I mean, here's the thing, Ryan. I feel like
Thinking Big Sean.
I was just doing like Robin Williams in Aladdin as the genie. Like when I first was questioning, like, can you put someone else's voice in your head?
So you can do it.
I can.
Oh, that's pretty cool because I can't.
Yeah. I mean, I can hear Christian Bale as Batman if I close my eyes and think of him saying stuff. You know.
But does it work?
It does, dude.
Like, can you actually trick yourself into thinking that Batman
is
is
talking to me?
motivating you?
Yeah, I can. I can. I do it all the time, actually.
That is a powerful skill.
I use it a lot.
I wonder if anyone else
hear
has
them in
ever
the
talked
back of
about
my
this.
head. I don't know. I just think it's a fun. Because people are like, "Oh, I can't impersonate someone." Yes, you can.
You can
In your
impersonate
head,
someone.
like maybe you can't actually make the dialect, the sound come out of your mouth. But I bet if you really focused on that person and thought about that person, you could hear them in your head.
But
You should start practicing it.
well, I would love to get Batman.
You know?
Just think of Robert Pattinson
Yeah.
going, vengeance.
I'm vengeance. Yeah, exactly. But like maybe
Who
next
is this? Get out of my head.
next time you're reading an email from
You sound like a schizophrenic, dude.
next time you're reading an email from somebody, try to read it in their voice, like in your head. Because you know how often in movies, when like a character gets like a letter and they're reading it, and it's the person who wrote the letter, and they're like narrating it, and it's like, oh, I'm inside the character's head, because they're able to think of that person telling them. I don't know. I think everybody can do it, and I think you really got to like tell yourself when stuff's all in your head, man. You set the rules, you know. Like don't. As soon as you start doubting if that's Robin Williams in your head or if that's Batman in your head, just think of them, and then you'll be good.
I can only do it, and I think when you said, in movies when they're reading notes, I can only do that when I'm like texting Amanda. Like that's like the only person that I can do it with.
That's a good
like
sign.
Reading her text, like I
hear
read
her-
it,
you
I
hear
hear
her
her.
That makes that.
Fucking weird.
That's
dude.
but that's the same thing I'm talking. That's the same thing I'm talking
It's
about.
like this weird connection that you have,
That's the same idea I'm talking about for sure.
but it's not. It's not 100%. I mean, me and Amanda rarely text anymore, but sometimes like texting, you're just misconceiving. But I think that's the only person I can do it with. Honestly.
Yeah, text can sometimes I take a long time on a text because it's like I'm trying to I read it back.
You don't know the person.
I don't know the person that well, and then when I reread it back, I'm like, okay, that sounds part of that sounds weird. It reminds me of this Key and Peele sketch where they're texting each other. Have you seen it? They're texting each other, hang out, and Keegan, he thinks that Jordan is being really like standoffish and like kind of like screw you, like whatever.
Total asshole.
Yeah, total
like,
asshole
whatever,
about hanging out. Like, I don't really want to hang out. But Jordan's just smoking weed and he's chilling, so he's just like being really casual about everything. So then when they end up at the bar, Jordan's just like, "Oh, hey, what's up, Keegan? How's it going?" And then Keegan has like a bat with nails in it, ready to just go. But it's one of the funniest skits just because how mad Keegan's getting.
It is pretty funny. They have some great ones, man.
Yeah, they do.
The funny one about that one, God, I wish I could think of it in my head, but it's like you're right. He's just being so casual. He's like, "Whatever, bro."
Yeah, he's like, "Whatever, bro."
Your choice.
Yeah,
he's like, "Whatever."
Yeah, what?
Whatever, bro. He's just like aggressively typing back. And he's like, "All right, yeah, if you say so." It's just like. That's a good one, man.
Two complete different wavelengths. Oh man. Speaking about the raspy voices though. We're talking about. Wait, was that the voice? Is that the word you used to describe your
raspy? Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Sometimes.
I started watching because I watched the third season of Daredevil, the Netflix show. I watched the first two seasons when they came out. I fell off when the third one came out. Didn't watch it. Finally watched it again. Got me back into that whole Marvel Netflix superhero show thing that they had going for a few years.
Yeah.
And I started watching The Punisher. Very good. But that just reminded me, John Bernthal, he plays The Punisher, and he does a great job. But he's got this really, like, just aggressive.
The character or his his voice?
The character he's doing, like, his acting.
Got it.
He's doing a voice. He's
it.
just super, like, tough and scary. And it's just, it's super believable, and it's super good. And I'm watching the show. It's really great, but there was this one weird moment that really made me laugh. I think it was near the end of episode 8 of season 1 or something. And it's a moment where I shouldn't be laughing because, like, a big character just dies. And then the friend...
I do that all the time.
The friend of that character, they're, like, going through this emotional trauma because they watched their friend die, basically. Okay. And this scene is this, person dealing with the loss of a friend in a bathtub. And since she was there when he was dying, she's, like, covered in his blood. But she's, like, washing off in the bathtub.
As he's in there?
No. He's not dead in the bathtub with her. I'm just saying, like, he dies in point A, and then she
goes to point
B to wash off his blood. Yeah.
Okay.
But it was just so weird to me, the fact that she's sitting in the tub washing off his blood, and because you're bathing in his blood.
She's, like, literally taking a bath.
She's literally taking a bath in his blood. Like, I don't know if they were going for symbolism there, but I just feel like
what they were doing.
If your friend just died and you're covered in their blood, I don't think you want to continue to just, like, soak in their blood. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So, she's looking all dramatic and covered in blood, and, like, they start with a close-up on her, and then I'm like, oh, this is real shit. And then as soon as they pan back and they show she's in the tub, I just start laughing. I'm just like, oh, come on, man. But yeah, besides that, the show's been great. But that really did crack me up because I'm just imagining, wow, you're bathing in their blood right now.
I like...
And that speaks to why do people take baths unless they're like, oh, I'm going to take a bath just because that's how I relax.
That is the only reason you take a bath.
That is the only reason you take a bath. Like, you don't take a bath because you're like,
if you have the option to take a shower,
you take a shower.
You take a shower.
Because you
don't take a bath to get clean.
You don't exactly. You don't take a bath to get clean.
If you have a shower.
If you have a shower, yeah. If you have
that's
a shower,
the caveat.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
it's really bathing in whatever you're cleaning off.
If you think about it, like, baths, really, really old school.
Yeah, they are.
Like,
and I think it has to do with the fact that they used to not have water heaters.
Well, they used to not have, like, plumbing, so they would just
they'd
fill up something with water
from the well and then heat it up,
and then you would just
in the bathtub.
You would dip something, sponge or something, and you would just go for it.
Yeah.
Man,
the old
those
days
were the days, dude.
You talking like you thinking of like the cowboys and like the metal tin tubs?
Yeah.
And they're like their legs are over the edge and their arms are over the other edge. Yeah. There's a lot of westerns where dudes get blasted in that position. Dude walks in and pulls a gun. Actually, that happens in Django for sure.
Dude, imagine like living in a farmhouse or something like that.
Bad spot to get caught in. Yeah, that.
And then
nasty.
You know how like, okay, it's kind of weird, but you know how like everyone has their own like distinct smell.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, true. Everybody has their stench.
I don't think that would be as strong back then. You're using the same bathtub.
Mm-hmm.
You're getting in the same water. You're bathing in the same thing. I feel like your whole family would smell one way.
Yeah, I bet that just smelling bad was probably just the normal.
It definitely was.
It was just how it is.
Now, if someone smells even like a little bad,
it stands out.
It's bad. Man, we need to go back, dude.
Yeah, we did. Yeah, no, really. Everybody's got to dirty up, so that way we could just even the playing field. Yeah, exactly. Like there's a reason you can smell the homeless man who smells like pee. Like because everybody else took a shower.
Yep.
But if everybody else didn't take a shower, then it would all.
But we would be so used to it.
Yeah, we would exactly.
Like in Germany, dude. In Germany,
when
we went, it was like weird that I was taking like
shower.
I asked like.
Yeah.
I didn't know until I got there.
Yeah.
And then I was like, can I shower every day? And like to them, that's not, they don't do that.
Mm-hmm.
They do it like once every 3 days, even if they work out, which is insane, to me.
Yeah, it's insane to me too. For
so.
Sure. What was weird to me about Germany though was the fact that, I don't know if your family did
some people shower twice a day here.
Oh yeah. Yeah. But my German family, they didn't put any of the beverages in the fridge. All beverages were stored in the pantry along with the food.
I don't know.
Was yours like that?
I didn't drink soda. So I'm not sure.
They all they drank was
Juice maybe.
they just drank bottled either sparkling water or bottled soda. But all their beverages were really like stored like as it was food in the pantry. Like they drank everything room temperature.
I don't think my family did that.
They didn't do that? Okay.
I don't remember.
That's how how it was for everybody else that I was, being around. Nobody else was really like, jonesing for this needs to be cold pretty much.
No, yeah. And even there,
And the beer was
it was chilled. It wasn't.
It was chill. It wasn't like hot or like
It wasn't warm.
Yeah.
But it wasn't like
wasn't
ice cold.
Yeah. It wasn't like the mountains on the Coors can. They wouldn't have been blue.
Exactly. They don't market it the same.
It would have been a light shade of blue, not the dark blue, but the light, just a light blue. But you can do that when your beer is delicious.
Really,
when it's a special kind of delicious.
Honestly, I want to go back.
And you have a great bratwurst with it too.
Oh my god, dude, Germany! I'm going back, dude. I gotta go back.
Yeah, we gotta go back. As soon as this vaccine comes out and like things are just back to fully normal in the sense where, other nations don't look at us as a joke.
Yeah.
then we
got to gain our respect.
Yeah, we got to get our respect back and get this vaccine going. And
before it was cool if you were
visiting
American.
places.
Now it's
now it's
like the idiot.
I still remember. It's funny. I still remember riding bikes in Germany with Urs and talking to him. I remember him asking me what I thought about Donald Trump running for president. I still remember having that conversation with me.
That was 2016.
No, it was the summer of 2015.
Summer 2015.
He announced his candidacy in 2015.
Yeah.
So it had like literally just happened. Like it was very fresh in the news and I still remember saying.
Well, no one took him seriously.
Yeah, but that's what's funny. I still remember saying to Urs like, "Oh, it's just." It's
like
he's,
no
like
way.
He's not gonna win.
Yeah.
Like he's just getting some attention, having a little fun. I remember just shrugging it off.
Well, he just brought the worst out in people, man. He just brought out all the hate that culminated in us having a black president for 8 years, and then
just kind of like used it,
rode with it.
Yeah.
But yeah, dude, I want to visit Germany again. The food, the beer,
food is so good, man.
Honestly, I don't know if I'm biased. Like I haven't had German beer since I was there, obviously.
Yeah, same.
I don't know, fresh German beer. Does that make sense?
Yeah, like I mean,
in Germany.
Yeah,
off the tap.
There's a reason why
on draft, I think is what it's called.
I think there's a reason why alcohol experts, would probably prefer to have whatever drink they're having, have it be in the place, like they're having it in the place where it was made.
Mm-hmm.
And that's what makes anywhere you're at, whatever you're sipping on, extra special.
And I just remember it being. I view it as like the holy grail of beer. I really do.
Yeah, I agree with you.
And I don't know if I am just thinking this because
we've been there and it's like the only.
It's almost like
European place we've spent a lot of time in.
I don't know. I'm like reminiscing, and it was my first beer. I don't know what it is, but I want to go back and see if like that's validated.
If it holds up after all the beer.
If American beer is really that bad.
Yeah.
Because personally, my favorite like accessible beer is Mexican beer. Really.
Oh yeah, I'm right there with you.
I'm a Coors. I'd rather have Modelo. I mean, I like Newcastle and like the Belgian stuff, but
yeah, I like Newcastle.
But
I really like.
We don't really import German beer, do we?
What's Heineken? Is Heineken German?
I have no idea.
I mean, we definitely have some German imported beers.
We do, but it's not huge, right?
No, dude. I think we have some big. You know what? What am I doing? Like, I have an internet device right here.
We are cyborgs.
Mm-hmm. We have technology here. I just, I think Heineken.
It sounds kind of German, but honestly, I don't know. What's crazy is I was there for almost a month, and I literally can't.
Oh, Netherlands.
Netherlands. Is Heineken.
Yeah, I'm gonna quickly look up German beers imported to the USA.
Yeah. But yeah, I don't speak like a lick of German.
Yeah, I mean, I just know the the Scheisse, which is
all
shit.
the curse words.
Yeah, just the curse words. Yeah, and then curse
Servus.
words. Yeah.
Huh? Prost.
Wait,
Prost
that's cheers.
Prost is cheers. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Oh, here we go.
We should pay.
Oh, Beck's. Have you heard of that one?
Yeah,
Beck's?
but that's like that's like
Yeah,
super
dude.
low quality,
Bro,
right?
there aren't really any
there
aren't any
right?
big names that are sold here that are from Germany.
None big no big hitters.
Yeah, we're not. Germany's not really trying to hook us up, and
I wonder if it has to do with like import. I don't know, some like tax or something.
Yeah,
for their beer.
And it's not like we have plenty of beer.
There's a surplus of beer, surplus of alcohol,
And
really.
Don't you think America drinks beer different than Germans?
Yeah, well, we like it ice cold.
But we also like to just be pounding them. Just like cranking through.
Well,
don't just be honest, Ryan. Yes.
We do, but they're lower. It's crazy because the one thing that we have in lower like quantities or lower volume is beer. You think about our food portions, our soda, like everything else is like large. You buy it in big, 2-liter sodas.
Okay. Yeah.
You go to Germany, the standard is a half liter, which is big.
Now I see what you're saying.
And normally, like you got to, the dad of the family, the man of the family would get a liter for dinner. I mean, that was like the norm.
Yes.
And that's a lot of beer. That's a lot of beer.
So yeah, there's not really. Yeah, dude. I don't really want to. Yeah, I can't be.
And I don't know the conversion rate, but a liter of beer is like.
And I'm coming
a lot.
I'm coming from a bias area.
Ounces.
I'm coming from a bias area because the German family I lived with, they weren't big drinkers,
Same with me.
So
the mom that I was with,
yeah,
she would like question me when I had 2 Radlers.
Dang.
Can you believe that?
Wow.
And okay, so for those of you that don't know what a Radler is, in Germany they carbonate. They carbonate all their drinks there. Pretty much everything. Water, juice, obviously soda.
If you want water that isn't carbonated, it's going to come from the tap.
Yeah, and they call it no gas.
No gas.
Yeah, that's no gas,
yeah.
right?
I think you're right. Yeah, I think you're right.
Anyway, so mixing juice with beer actually makes sense because they're both carbonated.
Mm-hmm.
And so they do that over there. And a Radler is half lemonade, half like a lager, like beer.
That was the first alcohol drink my German family bought me.
Same. Yeah. And god damn is it good,
first
of all.
Yeah.
I mean,
I had a brat with
they're amazing.
Fire. It was a little outside, little beer fest thing going.
But,
it's nice.
2 of them isn't really going to do much. I mean, it was for when I was 16.
Yeah, you were 16. It was probably the... Yeah, I mean, it was just...
I'm hating on it because I'm looking back on it.
As soon as you go 2, it's like, whoa, like you just got it, dude. Like,
relax.
Like, I have to pay for that. And that's probably what it was. It's like, it wasn't even that you had 2 drinks. It's like, I have to pay for the second one, too.
Yeah. No, I stay with an amazing family, man.
I did, too. Mine were great.
They were amazing, and they also just live. It's just they live within their means there, and there's not this like societal pressure to like get more. Does that make sense?
Dude, I know exactly what you're talking about.
It's just a different culture. It's like my family lived in like basically a townhome that had a basement. It was a 3-story townhome, but it was like tight.
Yeah.
And it was like lined with another townhome. So like you're sharing a wall. Like you're not even owning the wall necessarily. Mm-hmm. And I mean, the guy was just so grateful about his job. And they had the Siemens headquarters there or something like that, and which employed a lot of them.
What was your German dad? Was he an engineer?
I don't know if he's an engineer, but
mine was.
He worked for Siemens.
Mm-hmm. I'm pretty sure mine did too.
A lot of the town did.
Yeah.
So, and they were just so grateful, man. They were so grateful. They had like 1 car, and the car was like worse than my car right now. It was super old. Dang. I mean, it's just crazy,
Yeah.
Here I am worried about like, getting a Tesla.
Yeah, exactly. You're talking about like the whole like
an idiot.
Getting more, like wanting more, like more and more and more thing.
Like it never stops.
Yeah.
It's the hunger.
It makes me think of when I was talking to Urs, my German brother, about what his plans were after high school.
Yeah.
And I remember there was such a different way him describing what he was going to do, the way he was saying it, and just the calmness in his voice and just the relaxed attitude about it. It felt so like different than when I would talk to fellow high school students about what they were doing after high school, and they would give me their plan or their rundown. It always felt so much like honestly, I was getting like a mission rundown.
Yeah.
Like we're about to infiltrate this building and we gotta save this hostage. And like when I'm talking to American high schoolers, it feels that intense. Like,
Yeah.
it's like hostage rescue. But then when I was talking to Urs, it just felt like just living,
Yeah.
Just next day, I'm good with where I'm at. I'm gonna stay here.
Mm-hmm.
Just having a good. It's just wow. It just felt so calm and just like a nice maintaining. I mean, it may sound boring to some to just like stay, but it's just I don't know something calming about it.
Yeah,
something
but like
nice.
no, you're absolutely right. And like you talk about like happiness, right? I mean, we don't even. I'm gonna just touch on mental health.
Yeah.
I mean, it's all relative. Like
Exactly.
you can make $100,000 and be super unhappy.
Mm-hmm.
And I really feel like they've got it. They got it down.
Mm-hmm.
And when you were talking about like the I don't know how you described it, but like Americans have this like elevator pitch almost.
Mm-hmm.
Like as a high schooler, it's like, your family's like, "Oh, what are you going to do?"
Yeah, exactly.
And you're like, you got to you practice this,
Yeah,
you
practice.
fucked up twice, now you know. I know
Yeah.
what my plan is, or this is what I say. And you're right. I mean, Nico, who was the German that I stayed with, and then he stayed with me after, he was like, "Yeah, I think I'm going to travel. Man." And then I, figured out maybe I'll stay in, Berlin or something like that. But it was like super chill.
Yeah.
And he did. He went traveling. He went to the Netherlands. He like backpacked and stuff. I'm just like, oh, man.
Yeah. And it was funny. Urs was talking about doing more school.
Yeah.
But it felt like he wasn't. It like when the way he was talking about it, it didn't sound like he was talking about doing more school. Like, there wasn't any stress in his voice. There wasn't any anticipation or any nervousness or anything like that. It just felt like he was literally like talking about like, yeah, tomorrow I'm gonna feed the dog. Like it just felt like something is just as like as natural as that. And I was like, wow.
Yeah.
Because I'm hearing this thinking about oh, where am I gonna go to college? All this, and then he's just calmly just telling me. I'm just like, damn.
No, and it's not an issue there. Here you may hear that and be like, oh my god, like what are they doing? Like they're not doing anything with their lives. Maybe people like, no. Like everyone is supported there.
Yeah.
I remember when I went, we got to talk to like the mayor's council because like Riverside's a sister city.
Yeah, sister
to
city of
Erlangen.
Yeah.
And so we got to meet. We got like 15 minutes with them. It wasn't anything crazy, but it was basically a Q&A. And one of the guys that we were with, his dad, is like sort of, I forgot what his title was or what his exact position was, but basically he was working on like the homelessness and like the unemployment in Riverside.
Mm-hmm.
And he was asking like the mayor, like, what do you guys do for this?
Dude, I was...
And she was literally like,
yeah,
I don't understand your question.
I was about to go here with this.
Like, what do you mean? Like, what do we do? And like, it was going back and forth. And then finally our counselor was just like, guys, like they don't have this. Like they don't need to do any of this.
Yeah.
Like there's no issue. There's not a huge homeless population. There's very, very little. And their unemployment rate is like 0.3 in Erlangen. It was something like insane.
Yeah.
It was like unbelievable.
It's funny you say that because I was just about to say that. Thinking back, being in Erlangen, being in like, the downtown area with the bars and the restaurants and all that stuff. Yeah. We walking through the cobblestone and all that stuff. I don't remember ever seeing a homeless person.
No, never.
Ever.
Nope. You didn't do it. You didn't see it.
And I was seeing people everywhere out and about, doing different things. And I could never remember seeing, and I went to some city areas too, and I don't remember seeing homeless people. You
know what I would love to test?
Yeah.
Do they have insane asylums? What are they doing, actually? We should just model whatever they're doing,
yeah,
right?
Whatever they're doing, we should check
I
out,
mean,
really.
That is insane.
Yeah. Yeah. Because remember, we were talking about having the asylums to house.
That is a potential solution.
That
because
is a potential
whatever
solution.
we're doing now isn't working.
I just want to send a message to Jeff Bezos. I feel like he has money to help with this problem.
He's got plenty of money.
I don't mean to call him out specifically, but he is that one dude.
Jeff
who just
Bezos, we're calling you out, bro.
He just
White Claw Wednesdays.
Jeff just pops into my head because I hear that he's getting closer to having like $1 trillion, which
he's set to be. He's on path to $1 trillion
yeah, see,
by the end of the pandemic. I think it's like
man, Jeff,
Jesus.
Jeff.
Can we just Jeff?
You
Let's
could,
talk.
You could, like, let's talk, Jeff.
I know you. All right.
Yeah, we know each other. Like, we get each other. I could give you some ideas of what to do with that money, and then you'd forget you even did the stuff with the money because it'd be like, wow, you're checking out your bank account and you don't even see a little bit gone.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's insane, you know. He did create Amazon though.
Yeah, he did. I mean, I'm not taking anything away from him.
I mean, he is the man.
And to do that with a lazy eye, that strong.
And he's not even a good speaker. Like if you hear him,
Yeah, I haven't
he got
heard him
buff
speak.
by the way, but
Yeah, I've seen memes for that.
dude, he was like talking in Congress, and he's in this like button up, and
And it's like squeezing his chest and his arms.
dude, his shoulders were just like popping out. I'm like, are you trying to like, what are you doing right now?
Dude, he's probably got a great personal trainer.
Oh yeah, top of the line,
And he's got an
chef.
Amazon gym. He's got like an Amazon gym with like all Amazon workout products.
Dude, he probably has like a Jeff Bezos line in Amazon where people just create products for him.
I bet, dude.
Man, what a life! You see, here's us tying into the whole like we want everything, you know?
Oh yeah, of
Isn't that
course.
so crazy?
Yeah, it's just the way America is. We're just trained to be like want to go after. We want more and more. We want more.
Yeah, you always want more.
Yeah, because I can sit here and say, oh, I don't like. I'll see like a commercial come on for like clothes or something, holiday clothes shopping, and I'm just like, I don't buy clothes.
Yeah.
I'm just like, I don't want to buy clothes. Like it's just like I see advertisements starting working on me, but then at the same time, there's so many things I want.
Yeah.
You know, like you can say, oh, I'm not like every American because I don't want this, which is what every other American wants. But then you're like, oh my God, but I have all these other wants that are like super big.
Mm-hmm.
Like you have desires and dreams, no matter what you say, no matter how much you want to lie to yourself, that are so outlandish and over the top.
They are preposterous.
But that's just kind of that's just how we are in America. It's like with all the with the social media, the combination of the social media and our celebrities.
Mm-hmm.
It's just I Daily Mail. I love me some Daily Mail on
Me
Snapchat.
too, bro. Shout out. I always shout them
I just
out.
love to click through and just have a good time with Daily Mail. You know, it's a lot of crazy stuff happening on there, but usually it's really dumb, over dramatized stuff. So it is over dramatized. It's fun to laugh at.
To the 100th percentile,
yeah,
dude. They cannot get more over dramatized. I saw this post about. I was like, it says, A-Rod dragged through the mud for a post on Instagram for Thanksgiving post on Instagram. Oh yeah, I saw this too. I swipe up on it, and A-Rod basically, he's on a private jet with J-Lo. And he's got his dog right on his knee, you know, doing the dog thing. There's a cute photo of the dog. Very cute dog. But you know what dogs do, where they put their under their chin, they rest their chin on your knee and they give you the puppy eyes. Yeah. So he has his dog's doing that on his knee, and then J-Lo's like reclining in her bed with an Hermes blanket on it. I mean, he was stunting. He was stunting for sure. But and then the caption. But that's his lifestyle. Yeah, that's him. The caption was like something like J-Lo's ready for Thanksgiving or something like that, and then like, what are your Thanksgiving plans? Like it was a what's the word? Heartfelt post. Yeah, it was like, and then I'm reading like all these, you know, the normal regular everyday people that are commenting things or tweeting things about it. How dare you? Daily Mail's grabbing those, throwing them in their article, and I'm reading through them, and it's just cracking me up because it's like, yeah. He was just trying to be a nice guy. Dude, it goes right back to what we like to talk about, the whole jealousy thing, man. It's all jealousy, bro. All jealousy. These people are they're taking the L. Like they're feeding into it is what they're doing. Like it's toxic. I open that Daily Mail article, like I read that Daily Mail article not to laugh at the fact that A-Rod is posting a photo on his private jet. Yeah. That's not funny to me. That's just life to me. A-Rod is one of the most successful baseball players, signed some of the meatiest contracts that you'll ever see. So him posting photos on a private jet, that's everyday stuff. And that's not even including J-Lo. Exactly. The reason why I swipe up on that post is because I want to laugh at all the people expressing their anger. Yeah, exactly. I want to laugh. That's what's funny. So it's like you're creating the That's just the wrong thing to hate on.
It's the wrong thing to hate on.
And first of all, who's the journalist that's literally like going through the comments and finding all these,
Yeah.
and is like, "Oh, I can make a story out of this,"
They're
Stop.
But Ryan, we can't hate on them though, because we consume the Daily Mail. We enjoy laughing.
This is true. This is true.
They're not the problem. We want to. To be honest though, we don't even want to get rid of the complainers either, because they keep it entertaining.
They do. They do.
They could simply be clicking on the profile and clicking unfollow and then solving their problem, but instead they decide to make a public post, and as soon as something becomes public, then it's like, all right.
Like, what are you hating on though? Like that wasn't even.
Yeah.
It's not like he was like flying private. Haha, love my life.
Yeah, it wasn't.
Happy Thanksgiving, fuckers.
It wasn't like that.
It was like
that.
Hey, what are your Thanksgiving
what are you guys
plans?
up to for Thanksgiving?
And the puppy eyes, and then he's got his girlfriend in the back.
He's got Jennifer
J-Lo.
Lopez.
Oh, come on, man.
Oh, yeah.
I respect it,
Yeah, I had no problem
He's
with
living life. He's happy. He's trying to share it. Come
Yeah,
on, people. We can do better.
Yeah, I mean, come on. Seriously. Get mad at stuff that's stupid. Like
I
the fact that Patrick Mahomes is going to be on the Chiefs for the next 10 years. No, I'm just
That's
kidding.
real.
That's every Chargers, Broncos, and Raiders fan's opinion right now. We're just bummed that we have to be in the division. We have to share our division with, honestly, a quarterback who could surpass Brady. I mean, Ryan, this guy, I watch a lot of, he is good. He's good.
Shown it already.
Oh my god! And I think he's gonna win another Super Bowl. As much as I hate to say that, I hate to say it so much. It hurts me to say it. Back-to-back Super Bowls for the Kansas City Chiefs. Oh, as the Chargers still don't have one. Ooh, that hurts. But I can't deny his talent. And he's gonna win MVP again. I'm calling it right now. He's gonna be the MVP of this season.
For sure.
No doubt.
He just beat Brady, right?
Yeah, he just beat Brady.
How many games left in the regular season?
About six weeks left. Yeah, 6 weeks of the regular season left.
So 5 games. Is that right?
5 games.
Because one skip.
Yeah, one skip. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not really a football follower.
Yeah, Ryan, I really wish I could get you into football, man.
Well, here's the thing. I've never been a Chargers fan, and
yeah, you need.
I've also never been into football. But
Yeah.
here's my ordeal. Okay, I'm thinking, all right, I just need to attach myself to a team.
Yeah.
But I'm not gonna attach myself to the Chargers because that would be fake. All right, and it'd be fake because I've been here for 18 years.
Okay.
And I never did.
Yeah. You don't have any. Do you know anybody close to you who's a big football fan? Do you have any close?
Well, I wouldn't.
Have you met?
I mean, you.
Yeah.
And I know a lot of guys up from college that are big football fans.
Yeah. So there's no inspiration there to I'm going to like this team that this guy likes?
No.
Okay.
I would rather be attached to a city. And I'm thinking that I might do the 49ers or the Seahawks. Because Amanda has family in Seattle, and I was thinking about moving to Seattle for a very short time after college. And I love that place, honestly. And I visited there multiple times.
Dude, you rooting for the Seahawks because your fiance's family, some of her family's from there? Totally legit reason.
Okay.
Legit. But we can work with that. And it's a good place to start because the Seahawks, for the next foreseeable 5 years or so, I think as long as Russell Wilson stays with his, he spends apparently over $1 million on his health every year, doing cryo chambers and all that stuff, whatever. Point is, he's probably going to be around for a while in terms of his health. So that team's they're going to be a contender for the next, 5 or 7 years or so. So yeah, that's a good. I would go with them.
But I don't have anyone to talk to about them. This is why
you have me, Ryan.
Well,
I am a football guy.
You don't
I like,
root for them.
Yeah, but Ryan, I love the whole league. Like Scott was talking about a few days ago, how he's like, oh, I like to watch football when like the California teams are on, or like Tom Brady's playing, or something like that. Me, dude, I'm telling you, any game, any NFL game, I can watch it because like I have grudges and I have loves for different players on different teams and different teams. Like I have Rusin.
You've got history with the players.
Exactly. On not a personal history, but
Frank DMs them
on a sports history. I have DMs some athletes. See, let's go back to the people making public comments. Guys, if you're gonna hate on celebrities, don't Don't publicly comment on it. Just send him the DM, man.
Yeah.
Just shoot him the DM, because that way, the only way it ever comes up again is if they straight up call you out, because their DMs are private. Journalists aren't getting into A-Rod's DMs.
This is true.
So if you really want to talk your shit at A-Rod, send him a DM. Say, hey, A-Rod, I don't give a fuck that you're flying a private jet.
Yep.
But yeah, going back to what I was saying, any game. I have reasons for rooting for and rooting against any football team that's playing at any time in the NFL. So as soon as you get into the Seahawks, let me know, because I'm down to talk about how bad their defense is. They allow the most passing yards in the league, and yesterday they made the Eagles look terrible. I mean, the Eagles and the Seahawks faced off on Monday Night Football last night, and the Seahawks defense looked incredible, because that's how terrible the Eagles are. By the way, the Seahawks defense looked incredible.
Okay,
because of how bad the Eagles offense was. And the Eagles offense is led by Carson Wentz, who I think might be sort of like the Derrick Rose of the NFL. Derrick Rose, the youngest MVP ever, 22, got injured. Unfortunately, was never the same superstar that he was before the injury. Carson Wentz, 2017 season. They're like 11-2 at this point or something like that. He gets injured. He's having an MVP season. He gets injured. Nick Foles comes in, takes him through the playoffs, and takes him to a win in the Super Bowl.
Mm-hmm.
Carson Wentz comes back after the backup wins the Super Bowl for the Eagles, and Carson Wentz has never been the same since. And it's just one of those things where it's like, I feel like everybody's in his head.
Low key, probably.
Because
he's probably in his own head too.
He
probably looks at social media.
He
which
probably
he
looks
be doing.
and he probably sees how often, the talking heads on these ESPN shows, how often they talk about Carson Wentz continues to regress.
Yeah.
They keep shitting on him and stuff, and I bet that's getting in his head, and it's just actually affecting him.
Dude, there's a term for it actually where, not all this pressure, but there's a term for when an athlete comes off an injury, and they're afraid to push boundaries. It's in soccer you see a lot of knee injuries, and in soccer acceleration. I mean, any sport pretty much. A lot of sports acceleration is big, and you have to get all that explosive power. And what we saw at Chelsea, my favorite soccer team, we had this prodigy youth kid. His name was Hudson Odoi, and literally every single club in the world was trying to buy this guy. And we turned it down. Bayern Munich, Bayern Munich, big club. They went in for I think it was 70 million, and he's 19, which is unheard of.
Dang.
Anyways, he gets injured. We turn all these down. He gets injured, and he's come back from injury.
Yeah.
Never been the same, dude.
Yeah.
Never been the same. And he just doesn't have he doesn't have the speed and the agility and the quickness and the decisiveness. I mean, it's just, I don't know if it's a mental thing or if it's a physical barrier that he has to cross and just say, hey, F it. I'm going to risk injury again because I need to practice this, all these drills that I used to do nothing, That being said, I've never seen him train, so I don't know what I'm talking about. But this is my theory,
Yeah. Yeah, this lines up with other gruesome injuries that I've seen in athletes return from, like Gordon Hayward. When he
did he have a bad season?
Well, he hasn't been the same since he pretty much.
But he came back midway, no? Or did he start the season?
No, he missed the entire when he got injured with that ankle injury, his first game with the Celtics. He was out for the rest of the season.
Yeah, but that was 2018.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
2018-19.
Yeah, but he hasn't played this. He came back and he hasn't been the same.
But when did he come back?
The next season, 19-20. Yeah.
For the full season?
No, I think he came back 18-20. No, I mean 18-19. I think he came back 18-19.
Okay.
Yeah, but he's definitely had at least more than a season and a half, if not 2 seasons of playtime since that injury. It just hasn't looked the same.
Yep.
Same thing goes with Paul George. You know about that one with him snapping his leg.
Yep.
If you saw the Clippers blow a 3-1 lead to the Nuggets. I mean,
did.
one of the reasons they did that is because Paul George played terribly.
Yep.
And I really don't think he's been the same since that injury. And I think it may I don't know. they would. They would probably never admit that there's some nervousness about going 100% when you have that in the back of your mind, like you've seen your leg break that way or you've seen your ankle move that way. But there's got to be something there.
I can't imagine, dude. I can't imagine being a professional athlete or even just, doing a sport for a living.
Yeah, doing a sport for a living, yeah. And then it's all taken away like that.
And then it's taken away.
Yeah.
And a year, like if you're out for a
The
year,
whole year, yeah.
that's a long time.
That
dude.
is a long time.
I mean, that's insane, you
Yeah.
know? And I mean, you got to think those people have built up, all that knowledge, all that quick thinking,
Yeah.
that analytical thinking that you're just doing in the back of your mind while you're also focusing on, for basketball dribbling and everyone else on the court passing, shooting. I mean, all that stuff, it takes practice and it takes consistency,
Yeah.
And so to be out for a whole year and then to come back, I mean, it's got to be hard mentally and of course physically because you got to rehab, get your conditioning back on schedule.
Yeah. Like what's going to happen to Klay Thompson? The
Dude,
Warriors shooting guard. The fact that he comes back from a torn ACL, misses a whole season off a torn ACL.
Didn't even come back really.
Yeah, I mean, hadn't even made a comeback yet. Like he's literally just warming up.
I don't even think he got cleared yet, to fully train.
Oh yeah, I mean, who knows? I mean, I probably not because I think he was just doing pickups in LA or whatever.
Yeah,
but
yeah.
to then tear your Achilles is, I mean, that's
He pushed it, man.
I can't.
I don't know.
I feel bad for him because he's gonna miss
sure.
2 whole seasons back to back, and
Yeah.
it's gonna be. I hope he can come because he's one of those players where I really like to watch him. Him and Steph Curry make a very entertaining duo.
Yeah, they do.
So I hope the best for him, and I hope that when he comes back, he breaks my current cycle in my head where I just don't know if athletes are the same after huge injuries.
Well, it's not that they all are like that. It's that
I'm just saying
it's a higher possibility.
Yeah. And then the ones there are so many professional athletes in the world.
There are.
I only know so many of them. And the ones that
You do know a lot, though.
The ones that immediately pop into my head in terms
got a good data set.
In terms of big injuries, like horrific injuries, like cut the camera, put the camera away.
Yeah. Where everyone's
everyone's starting to pray pretty much.
Yeah.
I just can't really I can't an athlete doesn't immediately come to my mind that is better than they were before that.
Yeah. I remember the story that
because even Kobe wasn't the same after he tore his Achilles.
Yeah, the only thing that I can think of is LeBron coming back off of his finger injury. I think it was his finger or his hand. I can't remember, but he basically said that he had to shoot. He came back and all of a sudden he was a better shooter.
Oh, okay, yeah.
And he's like, "Oh, I had to adjust my shooting form," and then that magically just sort of.
LeBron's a special. Something. He's a special case.
He is, man.
Yeah. Yeah,
they do call him the king.
They do call him the king. Some call him the GOAT. This is a debate that we just
didn't you call him the GOAT?
No,
current.
No, I called Jordan.
Oh, well, I guess
I called
there's
Jordan
no
the GOAT. But right now, I would say he's the
best.
I
you
think,
can't be the current GOAT because that's
no, because it's greatest
that's
of all.
Oxymoron.
It's of all time. Of all time. But yeah, right now, LeBron is. I still think he's the best player in the NBA. And I think you proved that when Kawhi Leonard choked against the Nuggets and couldn't close out the Nuggets to face LeBron in the Western Conference Finals. I think that proved LeBron as still the.
Who's the Clippers head coach now? Is it Ty Lue?
I think it is.
It is, right?
It is, and I don't think that's gonna work. I think that Ty Lue thing worked with
LeBron. Yeah.
Ty Lue won the championship with LeBron. He was the coach in 2016. Yeah.
I think he brought him to the finals.
Yeah,
I mean, I don't know who did, but
I think that Ty Lue thing worked with LeBron because Ty Lue, to me, he doesn't seem like he's that, takes everybody by the balls and just leads them, he just doesn't seem like he's, I mean, maybe that's because he's famous as a player for getting literally stepped over by Allen Iverson.
This is true.
That kind of puts you in a tough spot. But with a guy like LeBron, that's like a player coach automatically. LeBron is basically the coach of any team he's been on since he got established in the league. So I really think a coach like Ty Lue works perfect for LeBron, and that's the reason why they won the championship. But with Kawhi Leonard and Paul George as your superstars and Ty Lue as your head coach? No. Funny enough, I think their best shot was with Doc Rivers and those two, because Doc Rivers is the kind of guy who I think can just really
he
be the
doesn't
head
take any
coach.
shit.
He doesn't exactly. He doesn't take any shit.
Yeah.
So I was shocked when he wasn't able to coach them to a champion. I mean, to the Western Conference Finals at least. That was shocking to me. So
I don't know what happened, man. It just fell apart.
yeah,
They fell apart.
I don't know. Maybe he lost his oomph.
choked.
They did choke big time. But I'm excited to see what Doc Rivers does with the 76ers, because with a team going to a team like the Sixers with a huge talent up and down their roster in the Eastern Conference, not as competitive as the Western Conference as the Clippers were in, I think we're going to see whether or not Doc Rivers still has the fire in him as a coach. And I think we'll see whether or not it was Kawhi and Paul George's fault or whether it was Doc Rivers' fault when the Clippers lost to the Nuggets in the Western Conference Finals. I think tracking how the Sixers do and how the Clippers do without Doc, that's going to determine whose fault it really was in that 3-1 debacle with the Nuggets. Man.
I wonder if the whole quarantine bubble had anything to do with all these 3-1s. We might have talked about this before, but
I think it did.
It had to have,
Yeah.
It's hard to lose a 3-1 lead when you've got the crowd behind you,
Yeah.
The crowd just probably snaps you out of your little mental state,
Yeah, exactly.
And you can maybe fall back into that same mental state in 10 minutes or so, but there's no getting out of it in the bubble. I mean, it's just you and the other team.
Yeah.
Or your team and the other team.
Yeah, it was like, this is the reason why the Suns went 8-0.
If anything,
yeah,
this is more of a legit championship than other championships. Because
I
of that
see what
reason.
you're saying. I see what you're saying. Yeah, because it was literally just
the players.
like us 5 against you
just
5.
the team, just the organizations.
Yeah,
we'll put
just
it that
the
way.
two teams. Yeah, team against team,
and a couple reporters.
Yeah, and you can say as much as you want about crowd noise, but like when you know something's fake,
it's fake.
It's fake.
Yeah.
There's no, when you're in a situation as real as playing LeBron James, your suspension of disbelief is not going to work on some fake crowd noise.
Yeah.
You're going to be like, oh, I wonder what kind of computer is playing this sound.
And then you have some guy, and all his job is to like press space bar.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah,
You've got like the producer, and he's like, Tony, space, and it's like
and
gives
there's the booze. Yeah.
And you're like, really, Tony?
That's one of my favorite things to do in a
I'm
game.
shooting free throws here, man.
Yeah, come on, dude. Fuck.
Dude, can you believe the season is about to start again?
Oh yeah, dude. December 22nd.
And then preseason is closer. No, it's like the 10th.
I think it's the 11th. Yeah.
God, that's insane.
Yeah, it's coming just like that. You know what it is? They can't miss those Christmas games. Christmas games are huge.
Oh.
Well, I mean, I don't know about
Good
you,
point.
but every Christmas we got basketball on the whole day.
We usually have sports.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Football has Thanksgiving, basketball has Christmas.
Mm-hmm.
They couldn't miss out on that, and that's what's so funny about these sports. Like I remember in the beginning of this pandemic, I was thinking, oh, no sports for as long as this is going.
Yeah.
But it's funny to me how they've just been like, yeah, we're doing it.
Well, people are so fucking tired of this.
Yeah, I know. But I just kind of like how it's like the football season is just, it's being run just like any football season, just with no in-person, less in-person practices, no preseason.
Yeah.
And then just everybody's wearing a mask on the sideline.
Yep.
But besides that, it's like, it's still dudes hitting each other and, breathing on each other and stuff. But
yeah.
I can't complain.
But like who? Like
I needed it.
But the thing is, like they're tested. They've got it down.
They get tested every day.
It's not like it's just like
again.
random, like chance,
All the time they're getting tested. Yeah, they're keeping a tight ship over there.
But yeah, people are tired, and the leadership of this nation just handled the entire pandemic terribly.
Yeah,
did you see what happened with Gavin Newsom?
Oh, and him having that party.
Oh my God.
Yeah, the French Laundry. Yeah. Tell me, French Laundry doesn't sound like a brothel.
It does.
When I first saw the headline,
either that or like a weird bakery.
Yeah, when I first saw the headline, like, oh, Gavin Newsom gets slammed by blank politician or whatever for French Laundry party.
Yeah.
I read that. I had to do I was like, wait, did he get busted at a brothel? Like that's immediately what popped in my head.
Yeah.
Gavin Newsom, to me, he looks like a governor.
He does. He's got the politician down.
He's got the politician look down.
That guy's a politician. And, you know, I really thought that he was handling everything in the beginning well, and I think he did in the beginning.
Yeah.
But now, I don't know, man. I don't know. Everything just seems so, like the hypocrisy.
Mm-hmm.
It's just, it irks me. Like, how are you going to tell people to not spend time with their families on Thanksgiving, and then you're out on a fifth,
Yeah.
like, dude, what?
Yeah.
The first rule of leadership, lead by example.
Yeah.
Get
Big
out of
time,
here.
dude. Big time.
You lost all my respect. And then he comes out and he's like, I am sorry because, you know, I was invited to a get-together, and that get-together was supposed to be outside, and I should have stood up and walked away. Yeah, but you didn't, dude.
Yeah, you didn't though.
And then he's like, God. He's so bold to say that he hasn't done that before. It's like, dude, you lost our trust, you know, or you lost my trust.
He already had a lot. He had already lost a lot of people's trust though. So,
and you know,
that really put him in a hurt box.
Well, now he's lost a lot of the people that actually trusted him.
That's what I'm saying.
There was like, you know, 50% of California that already didn't trust him.
Here's the thing: when you play, I mean, unfortunately, the whole mask thing became political because we're America. But that's besides the point. But as a governor, as a politician, when you play to one side, you gotta, like you said, lead by example on that side.
Yeah.
Because as soon as you get caught not leading by example on that side,
everything,
now both sides hate you.
Everything's lost.
Both sides hate you.
Everything is gone.
It's just like
now there's, I mean,
you
no
gotta
rules.
this is why you have to commit to one thing. No matter what, that applies to so many things in life, but that's why commitment is important, because your word means a lot.
You're the leader of California.
Yeah.
I mean, come on, bro.
And you can take a lot of things in life and you can just split them down the middle and say, are you this side or are you this side?
And that's fine.
And that's just kind of the way it works. I mean, that's sort of why we have the two-party system in a way. It's just natural to split things in two.
Mm-hmm.
But that is why commitment is important.
Yeah, I agree.
You know, yeah.
Did you see the highlight of I think it was the Pittsburgh mayor, or maybe the Pennsylvania governor, something like that, and the cameras are rolling and they're about to do like a briefing or whatever.
Yeah.
And she doesn't know that the I don't even know if it's the mayor or not, but I think it is.
Mm-hmm.
She doesn't know that the mics are on.
Oh,
and
that's
so
always a good thing.
She's like setting up or whatever, and someone on the side asks her like, "Oh, you gonna wear your mask up there?"
Yeah.
She's like, "Oh, like blah 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 blah." She starts messing around. She's like, "I was just doing it for the political theater. Like, I'm gonna take it off like the rest of us." I mean, don't quote me, but like that was like the general
the
thing.
general vibe of what she was saying.
Just like, God, this is so stupid, man. You know?
Yeah.
Like, get it together.
Yeah, get it together.
It's not that hard.
Yeah.
You just wear your mask when you're in public.
Yeah.
It's really that simple. And oh man, okay.
All right, let's just end there.
Yeah.
Just a little quick PSA to get us through this last bit of the pandemic. Wear your mask when you're in public.
There we go.
Thanks for listening. Episode 47 of White Claw Wednesday. We love you.
We do love you.
Peace out.
We love each and every one of you. Bye-bye.